Hi, in this video, I'm going to teach you how you set up MySQL and connect to your plugin. Here you can click downloads and then, of course, no, not this one. Find community downloads, community server. You can use the latest one or this one. It's up to you. But some of the old plugin doesn't updated yet, so they're using uh, the old MySQL servers. If you're having problem connection for database, uh, they might the plugin didn't update the library for MySQL yet. So also you can use other databases like um, MariaDB. Yeah, it's the same with MySQL anyway. So we can just download this one. So thank you if you don't want to create account. So here, when you click that one, when you run it, anyway, mine is already installed, so maybe I don't continue this, but I will guide you through. So you can just click typical, install, or wait, I think it will, let's cancel this. I think it's already installed to my machine. So this one, MySQL installer, or maybe the Windows installer, I think that you need to download because this one is like maybe this is just the server without the workbench, but you definitely need the workbench. So try the MySQL installer instead. I'm just gonna cancel this one. Okay, so MySQL server mine is 8.4, maybe upgrade. Let's upgrade this to a let's upgrade both of this. Changes. What? It just point 1. Okay, next. Ready to download, execute. Okay, make sure you have the workbench because this workbench will connect to your server. Then you can see all the data that you have there. You can see the details here. Uh, no one's read that unless you really. Right now it's done. Then ready to configure. For here, I just leave it like that. But if you want to change it, it's up to you. But um, choose development server or server computer. My develop I mean what do you call this production server? I choose dedicated. But for you, if are you can just choose development server or server computer. It's up to you. If you are just testing the plugin. But for me, I have a multiple connection for my production server and different kinds of databases, and I have local to my computer as well, so I can test those. So just next leave the pipe name, so you don't confuse next time. Just strong password. Use legally method. Hmm. It's okay, maybe. So for root password, it's asking me to change a new one, but I'm gonna put a root because it's root. Then you can add user right away as well if you want to. But all hosts, yeah, all hosts role DB admin. Hmm, that's the same thing, right? Just if you don't want to use your root, or maybe if you wanna give someone access to your MySQL server, that's about it. But for me, maybe we're gonna use this for connection on our plugins. So, oh no, this is the root password. Because the uh, root username is default to root. Okay, start MySQL, start system. That's all. Got full access. You can configure it later. Anyway, let's just wait for the. I think it's turning off my current server. Hopefully, they didn't remove my datas there, but it's okay because the plugin that we're gonna do today. Um, it automatically creates a table for you. You just need to create database and that's it. And all the tables that missing, it will automatically create for you. We are missing one. It's taking so long. Anyway, while we are waiting for that one, we can start creating files now for our database connection. So here you can go to your source and public. Um, Public. Do I need a public? Oh yeah, I need public is I'm including it to our library, right? So database. So for private, the CPP file, we can just put it in source, but keep the header from here. So maybe we I'm gonna fix that for you because my plugin in my plugins like um broken links, right? I put all the even the implementation, the .cpp file, I put it here, but it's not the good practices. Also, we're gonna make like a database factory, because the one that I made, I'm still supporting SQLite for Lite plugins, so maybe we can just do that. But it's like duplicating functions. So when the user or the server admin changes the MySQL to SQLite, he can use it like instantly. You don't need to set up anything, but maybe I can do that too as well. But I don't recommend SQLite anymore because maybe that's just for um, when you are containing the plugin. But most likely that you're gonna connect it connect your plugin to the whole thing so you can fetch data like player info or player points, something like that. Because if you are containing your plugin to SQLite, then the other plugin that you are using is using MySQL. You cannot cross like getting or fetch data on each other. They cannot talk to each other. So if you are planning to SQLite the whole time, then SQLite. But like I said, I don't recommend SQLite, especially when you are hosting clusters, like multiple server, multiple maps, because if one map is using your SQLite, then the other map is trying to access the database. It SQLite is locking the file because it's just local file, not centralized server. So you won't able to access those files. So you might get some crash, or maybe you might get some fail function because it cannot access those files. I mean those data in your database because it's locked. So what I do recommend is like um, create like setup like this, like MySQL. So what? Maybe I've been using it. Let's try it again. Okay, so what I do recommend set up a MySQL server so it's centralized. So whether you are hosting multiple maps, even though everyone is using it, it's okay. Because yeah, it's not being locked or anyway. You can access it anytime as long as you're connected to it. Okay, so for the database, we're gonna make multiple files here. iDatabase connector.h. Maybe I'll just duplicate this and rename it. Oh my. I just press Control D. Um, not that kind of, that's too many. My SQL connector dot h. Maybe we can just make this as well, just so you know. But it's all the same, like for the connector. A little bit of difference, but this is C++. It's really hard to, And then for the source, we can just put it here because it's public. We can just make iDatabase. No, I think I don't have implement my database factory.h. Wait, my MySQL connector.cpp, and then another one, SQL Lite connector.cpp. It's failing. I don't know why it's failing. Starting while skipping tables or not. Uh, Maybe I'll try to check if MySQL is running on my server. MySQL LD here and task. Maybe that's why. MySQL details. Go to details. MySQL installer. Oh yeah, I don't have any MySQL server. MySQL LD running right now. It should be good. Hopefully. Or I'll have to. Okay, so MySQL connector. Making maybe we can make like private folder here so it contains database. Okay, so we have database there for private. This is all private, so default database. What I have here is I'm missing one, which is the header file, database factory.h. iDatabase connector, MySQL connector, and SQLite connector. Okay, and for the public, you add a filter. add filter, database, and then for the public, make sure you are in the source file, private, I mean, database. Then start adding those headers, public, database, and select all of that. And then for the private, existing item, go back to your source, database, and those two connection. I'm gonna start writing on MySQL database first, because that's what we. Oh man, what is that? Let me configure now. I will manage the permission of the server company. What? It just start. I just choose other option and then it just start. Oh man. Okay. So what we have here? Workbench we don't need. Let's try to reconfigure the. Yeah, that's okay. Cancel. Okay, so right now we're trying to connect to our server. I hope it's running. Let's see. I'm gonna remove this anyway because this is the maybe we can just this is the root, or maybe we just add for the user the one that we created earlier. Where's my list? Better if you have a list of password that you have. Of course, it's localhost, or you can just type localhost. And this is a local MySQL user, so you know what connection it is. Um, Without looking the local user, is user we put user right, and then store password, and you paste your password there. And for default, it's schema. If you know the database, we don't have yet, right? Um, hmm, we don't have yet, so we just leave it blank. Let's try the connection. Paste your password. Save in bold. It's not connecting, right? Password yes. So maybe um, what did I? Localhost. No. I think I did it wrong. I did put the password wrong. Okay. So we have a problem with cancel that MySQL installer. Give me a headache. Reconfigure. Because I think it didn't root password, which is here. Check. What? What is my password? Check. Hmm. I just copy paste my password, but it didn't. It gives me wrong password, I believe. So what we're gonna do? Maybe we redo our. Uh, hmm. Let's try. Let's try. This one doesn't work. I'm gonna reinstall it because my current root password it doesn't work. Even though I put the right thing. Let's uninstall this. Because maybe the upgrades mess it up, or maybe my root password is not this. I don't know. Wait, we just remove it. Just the MySQL server. I don't have any data in it, so it's okay. It's just my development server. But for you, make sure you don't do this in the live server. You always make a dump, like your data, so you don't lose them. So maybe, because it might remove your data if you if you uninstall the MySQL, right? Application, we don't need that. Only this guy. 8.0. Oh, I need to pick one. I think the old ones are using 8.20 and below. Old plugins. But for us, we're gonna use the latest one. Next. Okay, so here we go. So root password. I'm gonna paste mine. Hopefully there's no spaces or whatsoever. Let me check. Yeah, no spaces. So I just paste there. Then I'm gonna make a user, which is a user or local user. Local user. We're gonna use that one. So db admin, the password. Okay. So everything okay. Just gone from running Windows server. Initially data may take long time. What? What's that thing? Oh, maybe it's uninstalled it. So you have like what's messing up with me? May take long time. Initialize database. My details. Let's go. Maybe there's nothing running. Oh, why the log says? I think it'll be 306 or maybe my workbench. Why? Hmm. Maybe we download new one. I'm sorry. How to do this? SQL installer for Windows 1.41, 32-bit 86, well, 64. Don't use the web. Up to you. You can try. Um, maybe well, if I can install this, maybe I need to restart or something. Turns out that I download a new one instead. I shouldn't do that earlier. And installed. What? I removed you already. And the installation earlier didn't went through. Like, add MySQL Server point. See, it only has 141. Okay, so next. Still have warning with your selected path. Do you want to continue? One warning. What is the one warning we have here? Yeah, same folder. Change it to the new one. Take that man. Install process can override the. Yeah, I'll just override it. Installing now. So let's configure it again. Root password, and add user, local user. Then this one, paste your password. Uh, Start account, grant full access, execute. This one, see. I don't know what's happening there. Maybe my installation is really old. That's why you need to install a new one. Configuration complete. Yay. We're done. So we're good here. Let's try to workbench. So hopefully it's running now with our. I'm gonna delete this one. Delete connection. So make a new one. Just click the plus sign here, and then MySQL local user. User. Okay. Why I need to put MySQL, right? Just local user, because this one is already MySQL. So root store paste your. Oh no, my password is wrong. I put the user. No, right, that's correct. I'm gonna use the user instead of root. Clear that one. Paste this one. Default schema. That's connection. All right. So we have a connection here. Then for if you wanna update like a query, doing queries here, what you can do here. Um, Edit connection. The SSL thing. I think you need to check something like the safe SQL or maybe in the server itself. If you wanna, you need to access those connections. So you have something here. Um, what you're gonna do is um, you can create because we are admin obviously. But if you are granting someone access, that you need to check their credentials or I mean the permission that they have. But for us, we just put admin here. So arc sa dev local. Okay, just don't make confuse ourselves because I have a lot of connection here. That um, okay. So finish. We already have here tables. So later on, we need to um, just minimize this. Then go back to your. Wait, that's API. Okay, just go here. First, we're gonna write something really cool. Start with database factory because this is the first one. Um, anyway, if def database factory. This is just if you don't want to. It's like Pragma ones, but more. It's the same with Pragma one, but sometimes Pragma one is not working. We're gonna include all is the other header file here because this is the master header file that we could use to anyone, or let's say this plugin you can reference it to other project if you want to, but I recommend that every project you do you just include this. Don't be dependent on other plugins. HPP. It's not. It's a library that already here. So I'm gonna use the bracket. I mean the less than and greater than memory. Okay, that's what we do. That's what we need. Um, what else? So we already included this one. Then now we're gonna create class database factory, open and close bracket. You are a C++ developer, so you need to do this public, static that you can use like without unique pointer, database connector. This is the class. We should do like we should start with creating the other one, but anyway, we already started here. Connector, cons and Lowman JSON, because we're getting the configuration later on on our JSON file for the connection thing. Maybe I'll find a way soon that if you can use env file that doesn't push, so no one can see your password even if you push it on GitHub or like publicly. So here in um newer newer version of MySQL support SSL thing. So we're gonna write it down here. Because some of the server admins using SSL just to secure their servers. That's why I came up to this thing, but I didn't use this since that TLS version because some of my user for my plugin they are getting connection error or regarding to this. That's why I update as well. So this one is just the default value. So -1 for default value. This one you can see later on. Just for now, you just make to write this down. Make unique pointer. Then the class MySQL connector. I think I forgot something. I forgot the MySQL. If you just got it, config that value is for if MySQL is true, use MySQL. The default is true, so the user, even if the user don't use, I mean that's the default for MySQL. MySQL host, no, you do like this and comma config user config password config what? Okay, password database, which is the schema name. Should be like schema, but for someone easily to read is database port. If you are using different kinds of port, because for advanced users, they are changing their port. Because let's say there's a hacker, it's easily to hack. Like I know the port, the default port is 6609, then they just know the port that is open. Then but if you are advanced user, you can just change those ports. But for a beginner, it's really hard to track down that kind of thing. So um, you need to be mindful about it. Changing your ports, not the default. SQLite, SSL mode. Wait, SQLite config equals to config that value. SQLite database path. Right, so the default one is not std string default path equals to AsaAPI tools get current dir. So we only depending on AsaAPI. So if AsaAPI missing, we're gonna get crash or error. But like I said earlier, don't depend on other plugins or else it's better to create your own, not to depend them. Because if they are there, let's say the plugin is no longer maintained, and then you have to wait until it's fixed, because you are depending on them. That's why here I created something like a different one, because the current thing that, let's say we need the permission, we are depending on permission plugin, or if we need points, we are depending on ArcShop, right? So what if that the user are using different kind of point system like token bank or point bank or different kinds of, there's so many kinds. So for that thing, um, they can use your plugin because you are only depending on one particular plugin, right? Which is ArcSharp or permission. For me, um, this tutorial I will teach you not to use though not to depend to anyone. So the user have a choice um, what to use, or they can freely use anything. Just they just need the table names, column names, or the column names, right? That's it. And the some fields of the columns. SQL path, SQLite config. I'm gonna pick up my daughter soon, so I might pause this recording. That get std std string. Okay, then we're gonna return it. Std make unique. SQLite connector. Connect no connector db path. Okay, so we're done here. Of course I forgot and if, so you can just copy paste this one so you know that what is that and if. All right. Let's see if I miss anything. Why is not the same? Database factory underscore dot h. Is it the same? Right. All right. So here you're gonna do the database connection. Okay. If def database connector h define database connector underscore, and make sure you end if this one so we don't forget later on. I know why it's making it black, all black. Pragma once include. Maybe it's not included yet to any project. I mean any implementation, so that's why it's making like that. Include string one. It's not like that. String include vector. I don't know why I'm using vector, but anyway. Oh, I think for the other one, like mapping or stuff. Need this one arc h. Okay, so we create class now. iDatabase connector, then public virtual iDatabase connector, default, the destructor. This that's the destructor. Why it's exclamation point? Okay, virtual. Because we can override this later on, right? That's why it's virtual. Table, if not, exists. This is the function um for the database now. So std bring table name once and long ordered JSON and table definition. This is all the tables I'm passing down instead of like creating hard coding it one by one. So it's really like dynamic because we're passing JSON instead. Table, if not exists, equals 0. Just added it so we don't forget later on. Always do that because sometimes it trickle. Once std string and table name. Once and Lowman. I think you can just copy paste this. Because it's the same. Okay. Just limit the another one for reordering reorder columns. Because here I found out that when you insert this is the auto creation, so when you run your plugin and when it's loaded and it's missing tables, so it will automatically create for you, but the problem is the order of the JSON that we are passing later on is not ordered. That's why yeah, I have something like this, like reordering the table. So when you see it in your MySQL Workbench, it is ordered as as what how you write it in order. It will show up how you ordered it. Virtual bool create. This is the table creation now. Constant um, std string and we're gonna match it to the other one table name and then cons std. This is how vector comes in. Std, I use it a pair, then another one. We pair it to std string and then std string. It's like a map. If you are familiar on map, or T-array or something like that. This is the same thing but vector because it's easily to find thing on vector. That's why I use vector. But it's up to you if you wanna do it. But this is just a base idea on um, how to connect it to the database. So read constant. So this is like a CRUD. Create, read, update, and delete. If you are came from web development, it's CRUD. std string and your query. std vector. std map here. I use map for here and then results. Okay, so we are on read and then we need to std string. Of course, it's string, always string. Depends, cause yeah, when you fetch on MySQL, it's always string. Or depends on your data type, but it's better if you are using just the string, cause it's easily it is easy to update than using its data type right away. But sometimes it's not best practices because you might lose data when you are converting it, including like string to int, something like that, like atoy. Update std, where are we now? This is table name. um I need the std map again, or the pair. Yeah, std vector, std pair, kind of using a different kind of, and we need another one there. Then std string and std string. I got a cheat list, but just retyping it for you because I don't want to just copy paste everything. So we can just type together, right? And then here, um, because it's really hard to concentrate when you are recording. For me, at least, condition, like, yeah, it's like sometimes I'm kind of data constant. Why I have this here? Okay, condition equals to 0. Maybe I'll recheck that one. std pair, this is the pair and the end of the pair, and then the data. I consider, yeah. Okay. So virtual, the last one is delete. Boot, delete, row. Maybe just delete, but there's a data type for C++ like that. That's why I put like this, row, and then 0. Okay. Const std string and what did I type? std string and table name. Just make it like uniform. std string and then condition is or it should have like where. Usually if you know query string, it should be like this is the where comes from. So weird, another one. This is just escaping the string, because if you are familiar with what do you call this, in web development, if you are familiar with PHP injector, you can inject some MySQL query there just to um, hack something, some website, you know. So you need to escape it. It's like when you are putting SQL right that if you remember the meme from the police light, then delete table, something like that. This just that's a injector for database. So when the camera take a picture of that, then input or maybe text to, they are converting the image to text, and then the text will put to the database, then it will just mess up the database and delete everything, right? If you understand those meme. Value then equals 0. Anyway, yeah, going back here. So I don't know why Visual Studio put this one there, but yeah, let's see. And maybe it's not if def, if and def. Right. Yeah, I'm right. And low man, kulang. I'm missing an H. See. Ordered, which is D. Let's recheck the other one as well. Is if and def. If I'm undefined or something like that. Uh, unique. What did I unique pointer like PRT? MySQL connector. This is not. We're not. Default path, DB path. I think I miss one. I miss one here. The std string db path uli path equals to like that, and then default. We're gonna use the default path if it's missing, because we can just always put the default path. SQLite path comes from the config, right? Default default. Okay. What do we have? Why is squiggly here? Because maybe we're not. Tools, get current dir. Why is missing? Because I have not include this yet. So later on, we're gonna come back to that and check if it's, wow, it's sting. All right. So now MySQL connector, the H1, the header. Okay. And def MySQL underscore connector dot h define. We define that, so it will just one just define this. It's like pragma was, like I said, so we don't include more than once. I database connector dot h include. I think we have MySQL.h. Yeah. For here we don't have this, right? Um, yeah, we encounter something. Um, we can find it here, I believe, the library that you want. So, find it. Here, connector. If I'm not mistaken, let's see. Let's see. x64 installer. We're not gonna use installer. Oopsie. Go to the folder. You just extract them. Still installer. Anyway, what? Did I press it wrong? No, here. So you go here. Um, either wait, include MySQL. No, that's JBDC. MySQL X. I'm looking for the right. No, we're not going JBDC. Maybe let's just check. I just wanna check. Lib crypto, yeah, this is true. Lib SSL, but we go here. CPP con. Let me check my other. Um, this is our project. These are logs. Something. Wait, let me check my folders. To my repo. Structure. This my structure utilities has this one. Yeah, we need the client one. I think we did wrong. We did download the wrong one. Let me find another one. Maybe the C API. Uh, yeah, I believe that's the API. The MySQL API. Connector, recommend connector. Wait, what? Recommend connector install. No. So if they change this, here. Oh no. It's Linux. Or maybe we already installed it. We just need to locate the library himself into our installation folder. So let's find it. Um, MySQL. My. MySQL. Why I don't have MySQL? Clearly, I'm not ready about this. But I'm trying to recall where I got mine. So so I can share it to you. Application data. Let's see if it's here. It's not local, not there. Local low. It's not Java. No. Roaming. Roaming. MySQL. Workbench. And then this is Workbench. Libraries. No. Online documentation. C development. For C language, Doctor. What? Let's try this. No, it's just the same one. Let's see. I have those one. We don't need this. Wait, give me a second. Alright, so I think I found the library. I don't know if it's been here, but I will link the one in the description. I found it one here. I downloaded it and the installer, and then it will install that one in your local drive is which program files. It's not 8086, it's program files. Then find MySQL. Find MySQL server. No, not that one. That's the server. MySQL, and then you can see here, all here. So, not that one. Anyway, you can find another libraries here, like this one. Then MySQL client leave. So for us, we're using 8.0, right? What did I download anyway? Let's try. 8.0. That's the latest one. So for here, mm, I download this one connector, but let's try the 8.0. But is this the latest one? 2025 1 2:30 a.m. That's 2:30 a.m. We are 8.0. Okay, libraries, and then you only need these two in MySQL lib, right? Only MySQL client and lib MySQL. Copy paste those, and then go to your plugin folder. Go here, source, and then includes or libraries. No, no, no. Go to libraries. Okay. So this one will include those library. Anyway, we can just minimize them. Okay. All right. So after copy pasting that one, we're gonna make the we're gonna continue making this one. Also, I think we are missing the header files here. Let's go back to our we copy paste this, right? Include MySQL. I think if you need the open SSL or maybe copy paste all of this and then paste it to your includes. Make sure make a folder MySQL, then paste it there. See if this solve this one. Let's see. Does it solve? Because hmm, let's see, or let's wait for the IntelliSense to catch it. Includes, or maybe let's try to check included libraries here. Include path. Oh yes, I think. Wait, let me check. Yeah, we haven't included yet. So we're gonna make here solution dir includes, and it's a big I. All right, and then for library, this one's not gonna work as well because we use big letter and with S. Let's double check. Includes and leaves, right? Let me double check the other thing. Oh, we're not gonna go with that path. Input, out leave. Yeah. Here, the additional dependencies for here we need to put this one leaves, and then copy paste this one. I don't think it is necessary, but because we already pragma. Um. Oh wait, we don't put it yet. Or wait, let me think. Oh yeah, because this is a linker, so you need to put. Because I wonder if I don't need it. Leaves and then paste the MySQL name there, the library. Okay, then apply. Now it's fixed this one. Then, but here, iDatabase connect. Maybe I forgot the OR. Yeah. Okay. So next up, we're gonna write the class. Oh no, I forgot the pragma comment lib MySQL client.lib. Okay. Class MySQL connector, not connection, and extends the iDatabase connector. Oopsie. Public MySQL connector. Once std string host. Once make it small because this is the parameter. So you can distinguish what is parameter, what is declared variable. std string, but it's all up to you. I'm just suggesting what to int SSL mode cons std thing again TLS version. Okay, then the destructor. This is the constructor, and here's the destructor. Okay, so bool we're gonna do. We can just copy paste, to be honest. This one, create, but without the virtual. Yeah. So we can just save time, right? Make it smaller a little bit. Remove the bool and the equals 0. Uh, I'm just gonna remove it all first, then let's check one by one if we miss something or if there's a changes between something, right? Oopsie. It's pretty much the same thing. We just overriding those function in our header, then we're gonna make the implementation itself. Alright, so create table. If not exists, we need a table name. We need the order JSON table definition. Then alter table if not exists. Table name. Then table definition. Reordered columns. Table name. Then table definition. Create. Uh, we need the table name. Then the what else? String the result itself. I think we have a different here. Pair. Yeah, it should be this is read, right? So data, because we are creating it, putting the data inside. That's why I rename it as data, because result is for reading, right? So data is better naming, but it does the same thing. MySQL Connect con triple N. SQLite, we don't have it yet, so later on we're gonna make that one. Mm, MySQL connector.h, right? So we are creating data, then read, query, then your results. Update your table name, and then the data that you are wanna update, and then the condition. Let's say if equals to ID blah blah blah. Then delete table name, then the condition, right? Why I have green thing? Function definition not found connection. Oh yeah, it is green because we don't have the implementation yet. I'm gonna make that one later on. Okay. After that, we create private, then the MySQL connection. We are putting values here so we can use it later on. Res, host, then std string. No, 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 not host. Result. And this is the host. Std string user. Literally user. I put this y there. User std string password. Std string db name. Should be database, but you might confuse yourself later on if you use database, because database is pretty saturated name. Port in SSL mode. Did I put SSL mode with underscore? Let's see. Int SSL mode. But yeah, we're declaring no. Maybe we can just make mode. Then std string TLS version. Yeah. So it's pretty much uniform. Void configure SSL. We're passing the SSL mode constant std string and TLS version. Passing the one in the parameter. Void print error. This is just for debugging. If you want to send it to the client as well, it's okay. Bool execute query constant std string and query. Okay, all right. Then maybe we can just create definition for us. Yeah, did it open properly? Yeah, looks you found it. Then we can just do it here so we can just save time. Oh man, I'm not saving time now. We just put it in the other side so we don't come back and forth. I think I could just select everything. Oh man, select everything and then signature, no. Create definition declaration, not just the escape string, but everything, right? So it's pretty much going, maybe let's put this one down so yeah, it's uniform as well. Yeah, okay. So coming from here, uh, connector.cpp, right? I don't know why the string is like that. Maybe I need to. Hmm, did I include this somewhere else that requires string? No. You can just close the other one so you don't confuse yourself as well. Ourselves, because we're done with that. Already tied rows. Utils, you don't need that yet. Okay, so maybe why is this? Maybe we can just include the string, include string, but it's okay. It's not gonna double include this in your project because MySQL connector. I don't know why it's doing like this. I already I use this one factory.h, then it's included right here, and then iDatabase is including here, so I'm not supposed to, you know. And this one I'm including is here, MySQL connector.h. It should be work like this, but well, I don't know. And it's not blue. Maybe I did something wrong. Let's check it. Anyway, let's just type something. Maybe the intelligence is not, catching up yet. Or we're gonna type it here, just checking the values. User host password, so this is the one. Um, what else? We're not gonna use that one because we're gonna put this one here, host, right? We're not going to put a later. We're gonna put something inside, but here we we put some values from parameter first. Password, password. This is why I put underscore so you don't confuse. So this is our declared variable versus the one in the parameter. So password, because if it's the same, right? It's kind of db name underscore. We don't have db name here. We don't have db name here. Maybe that's why it's wrong. So after the password, we need to put std string and and db name like that, and then add it here on the edge. No. This is my skill connector. After the password, comma, std string and db name. Then db name and db name, and then unsigned, unsigned, unsigned in port. Right. I think the port is default, so that's why we're not passing it. But we can do it. We can do something like that. No, we're passing it. It should be came from came from uh config, right? So you can put your port, depends on you. Why I declare this one? I shouldn't declare this one because wait, std user. Hmm. Wait, we're not going unassigned int here because it's already been declared. Why I'm kinda knob? Okay, SSL mode. No. SSL mode with underscore. I'm just making sure because I might. SSL mode. And then the other one, TLS version. Then TLS underscore version. Connection. MySQL init. Null pointer. If con, if not connected, we can just print. Or this is private function. Or sending MySQL, or maybe something like this, and then function. No. We might gonna get error. Just hard code it with MySQL init, then field return. Okay, let's fix why it's not doing its job. Because maybe it's inside, but it can find out. MySQL, database, right? That's why. See? Alright, so we fix it. The port is kinda, or maybe I don't have port. That's why. That's why I don't have port. DB name. So after DB name, unsigned port. Unsigned int port. Yeah, that's why. So that's why I don't have port here. So DB name and unsigned int port. Alright, so we fix all of that. And then here's the config SSL. We pass the SSL underscore mode and then TLS underscore version. And that's it. If MySQL real connect const host.c str user.c str. So we need to change it because just to make sure str, and then db name, no, db name, .cstr. Then port, port, null pointer, unique socket, Unix, not unique, 0, client flag 0. You can go to the documentation if you want to learn more about that one. Okay, so print error, colon, connection, failed, return of course, so you don't continue executing a lot of things. And then for the destructor, if it's still connected, we change it to null ptr just to make it like MySQL close con. Okay, just clearing. So for create table if not exists, here comes then std string query your query. Create table, make it like cups so you know what is query, what is your modified text. So for me it's like that. Then table name. Is my table name is cups? Yeah, it's cups. Class, then close, open and close, open it for the query, and then we're gonna do something like manipulating the string. Bool first true, and then for auto column name, data type, table definition, that items. So all the items from the JSON that we are passing. So if it's first query plus equals, then have a space there, right? First then false, because if you don't put false there, it will continue getting the first one. Column name plus data type that get std string. I forgot to put something, that's why it gives me space there. Then at last, after concatenating all the table or column name, we're gonna close it. Well, don't forget to close it. Done. And then the return is not false, of course. This is just pre-made. Done. And say execute. Very weird. Okay. So we are done with creating table. Okay. So next stuff, alter the alter, like updating. Should be update, not alter, but it's okay. Alter, read update. Alter table. Oh, this is alter table. It's not the update data. So std string create your query, of course. Alter table plus table name plus space there. Bool again, same as this. True and for auto and like column name and data type. What's their data type? Right? If it's string, string. int that uh, that item. Okay, if first, not first, we making commas. If first, of course, first false right away, and then query plus equals add column space and the plus column name plus data type dot get std string. Okay, leave it like that, and then close the query. Okay, then don't forget the return false, of course. We're returning that execute query function. Okay, so here reorder columns. You can just copy paste this one because we always executing query right after the end. So we might forget, we might return false because of this. So I'm just aqua. This is escape string. Delete row query execute query. So but yeah, at least it gave us error. Okay, so reorder columns. This is the one that when you create a table columns, it's not ordered. Why we are trying to alter it after creation, I think, I believe. Then full first row for actually this is like the same as the other ones. So if I just copy paste this one for to save time, But I mean I'm totally gonna change it. Just making sure that this one is the same first, but here we need to uh, modify. This is a different query, right? So plus column name plus this one data type that get std string. Now we close that one first, and then plus this is the one that after it's like reordering your table after then priv column. I think we didn't declare that priv column yet. So std string priv column equals that. And then after that else first goal. Just remove this. We are confusing ourselves. Okay, so query plus equals and space of course modify plus column name plus space plus data type that get id string and close that one plus first first then close it, and then of course first equals to false so it won't turn around. Priv set the priv column equals to column name. Okay, Okay, so let's make this one create dd string query, then insert into plus your table name should be table name plus open and close parentheses, then we're gonna manipulate those in a loop. Std string values equals to values open and close parentheses, then close it. Why our table name is error constant std string. Maybe this is wrong. This is should be end. Okay, and why this one is error? Because I put it here as well. I need to change it. Okay, the error no. Good. So for size d I equals to 0, then I is less than data dot size I plus plus, right? Query plus equals to data, then I dot first and values as equals this one, adding the colon for the query plus keep so they don't inject any string there and mess up with your database. Okay, second plus this one, then if I then data size 1 query that equals to this one, and values plus equals to this one. Did we put a lot of spaces? No. Okay. Query, then lastly close the query with your, you can always print this if you want to, but it's already, I already done it for you, like doing the debugging and printing of how it look like for the query, then test it like that. Okay, so we have the create one, right? So next up, we will close all of this one and make it cleaner for us. And then here, the update, create the update now. Read first, I think. Read, yeah. Okay, so read. What we're gonna do here is execute query because we have the query already, right? Right there on the parameters. If it's wrong, unlike false, return false. Then result equals to MySQL store result connection. If result equals to null pointer, then we print error. In error store result failed. I think this is just for caching of the result. Return false, right? Okay, in the next step, in nav fields, MySQL number of fields that is queried, like the total results. You can have that too with the result I don't have result declared. I declared the result here. Hmm. Maybe. Global thing. Uh, what is that? This is not error, but this one, MySQL rest. That's the data type. Hmm. Maybe output as result, right? Or I think I'm missing something. Yes, the pointer. Okay, let's save it first. So it reads here, but it's not. Yeah, it did. Okay, so make sure you change this to pointer so it will not throw errors. Then result now fields. Then MySQL row. Just declare that MySQL field pointer fields MySQL fetch fields result. You can use this anywhere after you make this, or just copy paste the whole thing in your next plugin. You can or make a library instead if you want to, just to save you from writing it all over again and again. But like I said, you can just copy paste this in your new, so you can still extend it or maybe modify it based on your requirements. But this is like you can reuse this anywhere, because as I write it, it's um like general for everything, so you don't need to modify. Or maybe if there's an update, it's easily last before we are using like the someone's uh created like this, but it's not being developed or maintained. That's why I make my own. I created my own. uh let's see, the column name equals to fields I dot name, row data, column name, and then row I and row I. Now, if it's true, that will be the result. But if not, I make now, right? Results that push. We're pushing the result to the the row data to the results. On MySQL, yeah, pre-result. It's like we modified it. So result, the one that we declared. So this one is not just return true if it's okay, because we have a false right somewhere there that you know that filtering if there's something wrong. So here we're almost done, right? SCD string query update space uh, table name plus set space and close. Then for Size. No, we can just copy paste the size t here. Here. No, on this one. This one. Just tired of typing. I left to right. Okay, data size. Make sure. Um, I use plus plus I. There's a difference between them. Okay, so I see I equals to 0. Then query, because here's that's why we do plus plus first before we doing it. First plus, I don't know, maybe I forgot. This is maybe it's just the same thing data. I don't want to try it now because I'm just showing you that this one is working. Because if I change some something in here, it might won't work. So right, might won't work. Then we're gonna find the error why it's not working because we modified the thing. Right, this one is already been made by me, so I'm just showing to you how I we're making it. So you see in the video that it will work. You can just come back if it doesn't work to you. Maybe you miss something. You can just um replay the video. This one way as well. Oh man, I think I did something wrong. We're doing the read. Yeah, read is done. Yeah, we're doing the update right. Update, we're done. So here is like a simple thing. Query. Delete is not. Usually, delete is not. Don't delete, but here we're gonna do delete. You just put if you want to keep the data, you just put like inactive table or column that identified that one is been deleted or inactive anymore. But yeah, it's okay. Some because you're gonna get full right away. But for now, that data is kind of super print error. Configure SSL print error execute query. So escape string, where are we? Escape string first. Find the escape string. So char escape new char value dot length. Wow, no autocomplete. Times 2 plus 1. You calculate this. MySQL real escape string connection escape and then value.cstr converts it to array len. That's it. One more thing. Std string escape str escape and then delete. Of course, you need to clean it. Escape. Then copy paste this. This is the one you return. Okay. So that's it. So escape string. Now for the configure SSL. Configure SSL. Do I have that? Execute query. Do we have we don't have execute query yet. I think the execute query is not supposed to be there. Why I have execute query? Okay, let's just finish this. SSL mode and SSL mode up to 4 because there's only 4. You can find it out in MySQL documentation on MySQL OPT SSL mode and SSL mode. TLS version dot m. This is a string, right? MySQL options on MySQL OPT TLS version. Then TLS version. Let's see a string. Hmm. Yeah, so we're passing the string, right, to the function from the function. Okay. So we're done this, we're done that. The constructor, we're done. Create table, alter table, print error first. Then print error is just a simple log came from API, the error. Then we're just making this the error itself message, and then MySQL error, and then connection, the power connection. It just printing it, no return, no etc. Okay, so last one, we did the escape string, right? Escape string, configure SSL, and then the lastly, but not the least, MySQL query connection, your query, convert it to C string, and then if print error, the function, then query failed. We're trying to reconnect. Depends on you. It's up to you. Unsigned, signed int, error code, MySQL error number, and then connection. Okay. So if error code equals to 2003, which is in then you can just say loss connection or can't connect to server. So from there, MySQL close connection, first close mo, then MySQL init null pointer, then try to call if connection, and then print error MySQL init failed during reconnect false. Then configure the SSL again. Maybe we can just reuse this one. What you can do, um, MySQL close my we init it again and configure this, and then MySQL real connect and print error. So this is the same that we're trying to do. So maybe we can just make a function like MySQL connect, but you have to pass everything again. And MySQL connect here, connect one, then paste it. Of course, you need to pass the connection. What is the data type of it? MySQL underscore, right? Or no, like this. Because it's private. This is MySQL connector, so maybe um MySQL connect, right? Copy paste this. I'm just making something like so we don't like repeat our code. Oh, oh no, we need to put it in the private. This is a private function. Void. What do we need here? So we need this one again. Right. Then cut this one. Maybe remove it completely. And then put it under why it's return false. Why are you? Why did you make it there? Okay, so we have this. Also, we need this one to be passed on as well. So what we do there is we're passing this. Oh no, I need to rewrite all of this thing. Oh no, if we are, if the constructor, if the constructor made this already, passing the variable there, we can just use it in the inside, right? So even if we don't put this one, we can just use all those variable already, which is underscore host, underscore user, underscore password, the DB name, and the port, right? Of course, this one too. So after recreating all of this, why I have errors? Oh yeah, here, because I'm passing something. So right now it's correct, right? So let's try to if 203, and then if failed, which is failed, then configure. Wait up, it's here already. So we can just remove all of this, then MySQL connect, right? Very good. But don't forget, why am I having error? If I'm having expected something, C colon, missing one. And then after MySQL connection, you can, if it's a return false, um, maybe we need to pull this one because we have return false here. Connection failed, return false. Because if you just return it false from here, right? And then pull, and then we can use this if MySQL. Right, we're gonna call, don't worry. So return false, right? Then we can just copy paste that one up here, the real one connect, because we need to connect after it's constructed, it will connect by itself. But from here, we just return not true because this is not boolean. All right. Cross finger. Hopefully this one works. Then if MySQL query connection, your query, let's see, string return false. Okay. Missing another one. Always missing one. But the query is not. Why is here? It's not supposed to be here. Why I type it there? So if it should be here, if then another if for connection, if to 003, and then it gonna retry to connect again. Then all of those things after here, we put it here. If MySQL, then return again. Then if it's okay, then return true. Okay, execute query. So everything should be fine by now. Um, MySQL connect, yeah, we did that. Okay, so everything is fine. I think this should work now. Maybe we don't include the, so we can try it right away. Maybe we don't include the other one, the SQLite. That's for later. So we focus on MySQL first. Then there's no else. Don't put else. Is for later. So we only have if. So if you don't have, if you don't make this true, you're gonna have errors, or maybe just pass it. Okay, so everything we do is good. Hopefully this one works. Have this one. Okay, so including this in our project, so it is okay by now. So here we have this one for later. Plug in. What we do here is from the H. We go to the H, of course. Then find your, oh no, did I save this? Okay. So we can just close this one or not, maybe later. Plug in the template. Of course, you need to include it, right? Include database slash database factory. So this is the only one because everything is included there. So it will be compatible if you ever use the SQLite or this one. So he's the one that who's merging the same or MariaDB or whatsoever, right? Because let's say SQL connector is different function of a query or let's say the functionality of or the implementation of how it's constructed like the query and stuff. So the purpose of database factory is to make a general function for all the because they are all the same, like they have add, they have delete, they have update, right? So for the database factory, he's the one who's making the whole thing. I mean this one, the database connector, is making all of this, and then we are overriding it based on the database you are using. So the same function for SQLite, but we are overriding it in a different way. I hope you get it. Yeah, because yeah, if you put like let's say Firebase, or if you put a connection for MongoDB or different Postgres, it's up to you. But this one can do that. He's the main thing. Okay. What else? Um. Hmm. Wait. We need to declare the here in line. Std unique pointer I database connector. Then what do you wanna be? Plug in template db. So this is we store our connection. Um, what else? Why we have some errors? We are not including the database. What? Or maybe because we are in the hmm. Why is not my typo again? So here, database connector. Um, already done that. So that's it. Next stuff. Gonna continue recording this later on probably. Okay.